He hates this. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a little millennial money episode where I go over what I spend in a week as a graduate student. I don't know if this necessarily counts as millennial money because I'm technically not a millennial, but for purposes of the YouTube algorithm, I'm gonna title it Millennial Money. So I've been binging Stephan's series on millennial money where he just reacts to a bunch of people around my age range that just spend ridiculous amounts. So I actually got 2 of these.
I just get $17 at Starbucks. Wow.
It's so fun to watch. So I thought I would give it a try and try to see how little I can spend in a week, because at the end of one of these videos, he actually put out that challenge and said that he would like to see someone do that.
I want to see some people living really frugally though. That's what I want to see next. I want to see how little I spend in a week. Let's start that trend. How little do I spend every week? Wait for it. Millennial life crisis. There's something like that. You got to put something at the end. Put millennial money at the end. Rank a little bit for SEO.
So that is exactly what I'm going to do here. I doubt Graham will ever see this because these kind of videos aren't that interesting. It's more interesting to see people spend an outrageous amount of money than to see someone spend pretty much nothing. But I'm just going to do this for my own enjoyment more than anything. And we'll see how this goes. So my rent is $421 a month. I split my rent with 2 other roommates, so that's why it's only $421 for me. And we just live in a pretty spacious house, actually. We got a lot for how much we're spending. And that totals to $105.25 a week. For gas, I actually only fill my tank up once a month, sometimes even once every month and a half, because I only use it to go to the grocery store, and that's like 2 minutes away from where I live. Other than that, I only fill up when I'm going home for breaks, which is only every couple months. So for gas, I spend $20 to fill up a tank because I drive a Civic, and that divided by 4 weeks in a month is $5 a week on gas. Utilities with Wi-Fi, water, and electric are $120 a month, so that is $30. And my car insurance is $54 a week, which is kind of a lot, but I have Florida car insurance, and that is why it's ridiculously high. If you've ever been to Florida, you know why. So total, my reoccurring expenses for the week are $194.25. Now I'm just going to take you along with me through the rest of my week so we can see how much I spend on other random things. Okay, so I spent $70.94, and that should last me about 2 weeks, so I'm gonna divide that by 2. So $70.94 divided by 2 is... Okay, so it's the end of the day, and so far I have spent... So I was in my house studying all day, which means I did not spend any money. So again, I spent no money today. Didn't really leave my house, so didn't have the option of doing that. We'll see how tomorrow goes. Okay, so today I cracked and ate out a little bit because it was post-exam and I just did not feel like cooking. So I spent $8.99 on a calzone and $4.99 on some frozen yogurt. I just wanted to treat myself. It was, again, an exam day. I got murdered by it. It was the hardest exam that we've had all year. So I just needed to chill out and do something that made me happy, and eating makes me happy. So yeah, I spent some money. But on the bright side, it's the end of the week and that's the only other money I've spent. So my total comes out to be... So I feel like that's pretty mediocre. I'm not amazing at saving money, but I'm also spending significantly less than most people my age. So could be better, could be worse. I do get away with not having to spend money on health insurance because I'm still under my parents. So I feel like that's really helpful for my bills. Also, I kind of deceived you guys because we're gonna count everything I spend my money on, and I didn't factor in tuition to that total, and tuition does count. So I think I might have some of these people on Millennial Money beat if I factor in tuition. I did the calculations, and my weekly cost of tuition is $916.66. So if I add that to my previous total of $273.70, then I get $1,160.37. So even though I am living pretty frugally, my tuition makes up for it, and I spend pretty much the same, if not more, than people that are probably living their best lives right now. I hope this pays off. However, before I went to grad school and had to stop working, I did put a lot of money into savings and into a Roth IRA. So from 18 to 22 years old, I maxed out every single year on how much I put into my Roth IRA. And I was actually able to do that because I went to my local state school for undergrad, and I got enough scholarship money back from them that I could put it directly into that Roth. So my savings will last me through at least my living costs for the next 4 years while I'm not working, but my tuition costs of $916 are being taken out from loans, which is unfortunate, but it needs to be done. I don't want to get too into my savings and how I did all of that because I made a whole other video on it, so you can check that out. I'll leave the link in my description. But the key to not spending your money is basically just staying too busy to spend it. If you're so busy doing other things, you're not even going to think about or consider buying this or that. You don't have the time to do it. And I feel like that's how these people like Graham Stephan keep their wealth. They're just always working. So when are they even going to spend their money? For me, this was an exam week, so I was especially busy, and I didn't even have like 2 minutes to spare. So when am I going to have the 5 minutes to go and even get a Starbucks coffee? Things like this end up saving you a lot in the long run. Okay guys, I hope this was entertaining enough for you guys to get some enjoyment out of it. Please let me know what you want me to do. I feel like the one thing that I'm good at is being cheap. So if you have any questions or want any videos on that, I can definitely do that. Just let me know what you want. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you next time.